So recently I went to the cinema and I watched this movie called Exit 8. Now you may have heard of this before because it's based on the video game, of course, called Exit 8, a horror puzzle game that made some pretty massive waves on YouTube a few years ago, so much so that it got its own movie. And the movie, I gotta say, it was alright. I don't think the reviews are quite as high as they should be. There was some things in it after having already played the game and watched videos on it forever ago that I kind of didn't like seeing, but I do have to applaud those screenwriters for making a full feature film lasting an hour and a half when the game itself can be beaten in like 5 minutes if you're good at it. But today I did play the Exit 8 again, and I got every single trophy on it. The trophy requirements for this game are pretty minimal. Basically just escape the place and also find every single anomaly, and that's about it. In total, there's only 4 trophies, and there isn't a platinum because, I mean, life can't ever be perfect, can it, guys? But in terms of anomalies, there is, I think, 36 total you need to find after all of the updates this game has gotten, and they vary from some insanely obvious things to the tiniest details that will drive you insane upon missing. So without further ado, let us begin the Exit 8. Now this game opens up immediately and you start playing. No title, nothing, just us lost in the underground tunnels of a Japanese metro station. Now there's a lot to look for as you play. Pretty much anything can be an anomaly, whether it's the posters, the lights, the floor, the sign, the walking man, etc. And upon my first run, I did a very sincere search down like a TSA agent who might have sexual problems, and I found nothing. However, for whatever reason, I didn't get a new level. I think it was because I just started. I honestly don't know. So I then searched again, and again, it didn't reset. Now, I've played this game before, so I was just immediately lost, but I'm pretty sure that actually is an anomaly itself, maybe? I don't know. Is the room not resetting an anomaly, or is that just the game not starting right? I don't know. But I ended up finally backtracking, and it did finally reset, and I assumed that I missed something, or maybe just the game finally did start going, because then I reached the infamous Exit 0 start sign. This is our point of reference in the game between runs and what you need to raise up to 8 by finding anomalies and turning around whenever you find them in order to escape. Now on the first real run, I noticed right away that the yellow tiles were in differing patterns, and this is our first real anomaly of the game, I believe, and I got it right with our score increasing to 1. By the way, if you don't know how this works, when you see an anomaly, you gotta turn around. That's like the premise for it, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Now in the following turn, I'm gonna be completely honest, I have no idea at all what the anomaly was here. I recorded this like 2 weeks ago, and yeah, I'll leave it up here, so if any of y'all see something, comment down below. But when I turned back, my score did go up, so I guess there was something after all. The next time I traversed the path, I did see the anomaly because it was very obvious, being a staircase that leads up. Shout out to the movie scene where this happens, by the way. If you know, you know. So we are now at 3 out of 8, easy peasy. And again, on the following turn, the anomaly was very, very obvious. Being this creepy blending in man. Are we getting some insane RNG right now? Yes, these are usually a lot harder, but hey, that's 50% out of the way already. However, next round, it was not so simple. I did my usual checking on the lights, the camera, the floor. I saw if the walking man was gonna turn at us or start following us, and then the posters, and I didn't see anything, so I just kept on walking, and I was right, no anomalies that time. So yes, even if there seems to be nothing, you can still pass around. You don't actually have to find an anomaly every single time if you don't already know. So just 3 more exits remain now. And the story, again, remained the same on the 6th round. Again, I didn't see anything of note. I also did try to wait a little bit because sometimes anomalies don't happen right off the bat and they do take some time to cook up. But again, I was right, and that is 6 out of 8 completed. The 7th turn, however, we had a drastically different outcome, and I instantly noticed 2 hombres sitting in the middle of the path like they are filming a new Men in Black movie. Upon running away in fear of my gaping butthole, we then scored the 7th point, and only 1 more remains before we can crawl out of this hellscape. And I'm not sure if I just got super lucky or if I'm just that goated. But I again spotted the anomaly instantly, and it was just the walking man, speed walking man. So upon turning around, we pretty much won the game. I'm not sure if this last round, when it's on 8, can have anomalies. I did still check very seriously, however, and I didn't see any, so I kept going, and the exit presented itself to us. After walking up the stairs, you then win the game and escape into the brilliance of bright white lights. If you're watching this video in the dark right now, I apologize. Here's something to help with that. Anyways, after the credits finish, the game then teleports you back to the metro station, and I got a trophy, Exit 8, from beating the game. Now, the sign in front of us that tells you what to do also tells you how many anomalies are left, and I was still missing 30. So we are pretty much nowhere near finished with this game. And it's kind of funny how I quite literally beat this entire game in pretty much one go, aside from like the beginning intro part. 0 deaths, baby, let's go. This might be the first time ever in my gaming career I've completed a game absolutely perfectly. I'm just such a genius. You should probably like and subscribe right now.
Man, shut your bitch ass up.
Anyways, back at it, the goal now is just finding anomalies for the 3 other trophies related to that. Now, we aren't really focusing on the score or, you know, beating the game anymore, although I would end up beating the game a few more times because I didn't get quite so lucky now. So first go, I checked all of the stuff, saw nothing, and I kept on walking, and I was right. And then next up, again, nothing at all. Hey, a game? Yeah, game. You can actually give me an anomaly. I need 30 more, so yeah, please. I'll drop to my knees. That's what I said in my mind when I was playing this game. I'm being dead serious. Yeah, okay, anyways, the following turn I did notice a new one, and it was this vent just leaking out Planned Parenthood liquids. So that is one more anomaly done. Now, the next 2 rounds, back to back, there was nothing there at all. But the third one I walked down, and again, I saw nothing. However, upon walking out at the end, there apparently was an anomaly, and now I just feel like a complete retard. This game really does make you feel stupid as hell after missing something. It's a very weird feeling that not many other games can convey quite like. Thankfully, I didn't miss 2 in a row because the next anomaly I spotted was a giant tall man, and I mean, it's probably one of the more obvious ones there is. Following that, I then missed another one, and I'm not gonna lie, even looking back at the recording and zooming in on stuff, I have no idea what I missed here. Maybe I am just a genuine idiot. The game must have felt bad, however, because they again gave me 2 back-to-back turns with no anomalies. And that's cool and all, but it honestly messes with you more because it develops this kind of trust with your brain that you're right. However, then you're more likely to miss an easy one because you just assume there's nothing and it's okay to move on. There's levels to this inception, okay, guy? Anyways, I finally spotted a new anomaly, and I'm almost positive this is what I've been missing because it's so goddamn hard to spot. But the posters will sometimes all grow very, very minimally. And if you don't like shove your head into them, you probably won't even notice it if you're glancing at them. So yeah, that's it's kind of insane, but GG's, I guess. And the next turn, I did get another anomaly, also my 10th one in the game total, but it was just from the lights all going out. After running to safety, I then got the trophy pop from finding 10 anomalies total. Oh yeah, in between that trophy and the next round, some very loyal ItsIlusion fans, shout out to these guys by the way, they pretty much DM me asking me to platinum Far Cry 5, and upon seeing them not know that I already did it, I nearly cried. How has such peak still been hidden from the eyes of the viewers? It's honestly sad. Make sure to check out the platinum playlist, by the way, if you guys want to see the hundreds, literally, of videos. And by the way, I do love when you guys DM me on PlayStation, so shout out to these guys again. Anyways, back at it, I noticed another anomaly right away because the entire room began to fill with blood, and it was honestly super loud, so I actually think I heard it before even seeing it, which is pretty funny. Anyways, after that, I had another nothing burger round, but the one after that, I did spot another anomaly, and it was actually pretty hidden, but I think it was just this little boy's poster and his eyes being kind of blacked out. It's kind of hard to tell in the recording, but I was correct, and I'm already at 7 points again. This game is easy, bro. During this next one, I almost walked through it with nothing, but the eyes on this eye poster were, you know, not looking quite normal. So I dashed back, and I made it to 8 yet again. So yeah, I have now beaten this game twice. I'm just so goated, aren't I? So we then began the cycle once more. Exit 8 game, please. I beg you, just give me anomalies. I can't bear to win anymore. It's making my self-esteem far too high. And again, they gave me nothing, which is lame. But after, I did notice the anomaly, which was these posters all look the same, which is, you know, very easy to spot right here. And the next round, there also was another one, but if I'm gonna be honest, I have no clue what it was. However, somewhere there was an anomaly, I guess. I then had another nothing burger, but then I did miss another, and man, I might be washed. After that, I then had 2 back-to-back nothing rounds, but finally, I got one of the more iconic anomalies from the sign being all turned around. Again, shout out to the movie. This was in there very obviously, so it's cool to see. But I then had nothing, and then I missed one again. I'm starting to think that this is just the cycle I reside in, seeing nothing and then missing everything. The blind will once see again. Now at this point, I low-key got triggered because I kept on missing stuff, so I began to take more time, and I had 2 back-to-back rounds, again with no anomalies. But then I would get to one, and I honestly almost skimmed past it just because it was kind of blending in. But the ceiling lights were all diagonal this time. Shout out to the style, not gonna lie. Following that, again, nothing, and then I again missed something. After seeing my counter drop to 0 once more, I then cried, and I actually rage quit the game for a few hours. But then I would come back and find the rest of the anomalies, and it turns out I was still missing 18 of them, so our job is not quite done yet. The first run had nothing, but the second one has this damn eye poster moving with my character, and it's kind of funny how they gave this thing like 5 anomalies itself and the other posters just have nothing. I don't know, I laugh. Anyways, I had 2 nothings back to back, but then I had an anomaly which got me another trophy, and it was from there only being 2 doors and not 3. That one almost blended in, not gonna lie. After running back, I then got the trophy from finding 20 anomalies total right here. So only 1 trophy remains now, and it's obviously that all anomaly trophy. I then found nothing twice more, but finally would end up finding one of the anomalies from the walking man staring at us. There was a few like this, and I finally got one right here. Anyways, I was then on 8 points again, so I actually backtracked to try and reset it because beating this game does add like a couple minute long cutscene with, you know, the credits and all of that. It's kind of annoying. But in doing this, I also sort of f***ed up, or maybe not, but I got 2 more anomalies back to back. First was this guy like following me and then stopping after I looked at him. And right after, literally seconds later, was this room being flooded with posters everywhere. So I think I actually got 2 more right there back to back, which is kind of nice after all. But then I did reach the end again, and like I said, I self-sabotaged to avoid the credits for the 3rd time. I then got a new anomaly in my next real run, and it was just the lights flickering a little bit. Joke's on you, that's just bad electric work. That's what I'm saying. Again, after I got nothing twice in a row. But then another power issue anomaly happened. Why is there so many of these? I'm not sure. After that, however, I did finally get my personal favorite anomaly, which is just the guy smiling that pretty white smile. Such beautiful white teeth this man has. I might just take them for myself.
What did he say?
Anyways, after that, I noticed a more scary anomaly, again being this like blending in man peeking around the corner. It's freaky is all I gotta say, but not as freaky as my junior year of high school math teacher. That's all I'm gonna say. After that, I then saw another right away from this like pattern in the tiles, and at this point I was only missing 6 more anomalies, so we are nearly there. I also found my next one after hearing banging in one of these side rooms. Very scary, not gonna lie. The kids almost got out. I then found another right after, and I don't really know what it was. Something about watching back this recording footage I have, I just can't really tell half the time. I don't know if that's because I'm looking at it in a very tiny window compared to my entire computer screen, or if I'm just plain dumb, but yeah, old me found it, so nice job, you fat ass. Anyways, I then found heaven after, and it was beautiful. So 3 more left. Truly, we're at the ending now. And I again got another anomaly. I'm not sure why the game is just flooding me with these now, but it was another door opening thing. I don't know, it scared the shit out of me, so I ran back. I then also did reach 8 points again, and I did finish the game again. Yes, I did sit through the credits. I felt bad because last time, you know, it kind of f***ed up my flow. And now that I say that I got a lot of anomalies, I ended up going 3 turns in a row with nothing, which is pretty funny. However, I found my second to last one right here, and it was just the dude's face being like all blended together. I don't know, it looks like shit. His skincare routine must suck. But yes, I was then missing 1 more at this point, and I got it right away. And it was just from this door being like slightly edged open. Upon seeing that, I ran back, and we got all the anomalies trophies popping. So that was the Exit 8 trophy list. I absolutely love games like this. I wish they were longer, to be honest, and had more trophies, but you know, it is what it is. I got a special video coming out tomorrow for you all, and yeah, that's all. I'm out. Thanks for watching once more.